up, guys? It's Mojica.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
going on?
Nothing. Just had a quick comment about the Mets, because I've been speaking to a couple of Mets fans about just how the whole season is.
Okay.
And if you look at the season that they had, with all the injuries, the team had 70 wins. And that's without all of the big stars. So if the lineup comes back and the team comes back the way they should, there's really not that much of a turnaround to put them back into wild card contention.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think the biggest thing here is the biggest thing between the start of this season and last season is that a lot has come out about this pitching staff that we didn't know last year. I mean, Pelfrey's a maniac. You don't know what he's going to give you. And Maine hasn't had a full, healthy, successful season in a few years now, which is kind of scary. So, I mean, if you could find anything in fault here, it's definitely the rotation. But I'm strangely confident. I think these guys have potential to pitch well. I
think if you're the Mets, you literally have to go into this, and, like, if by trade deadline or whatever, you think you can make some noise, and you know teams are going to fall out of it, and they're going to want to get rid of a pitcher, the Mets got to get one of these pitchers.
Yeah, and it's really down to the rotation because the lineup is there.
I agree. I think the lineup's one of the best in the league.
And Wright's working out with the conditioning. He's trying to get his power back. The team's there. It's just the rotation. If that rotation's good, you're back in the mix. And the only reason why they're on top of the Mets right now is because they have nothing else to do. Like everything else, that Joe said. The Daily News is completely biased towards the Yankees now. But if you looked a year ago, Lupica couldn't stop writing shit about them.
Yeah, that's true.
Even during the year, Lupica talked all this shit. Then when they made the playoffs, all of a sudden he's saying they're the best team ever.
Exactly.
How about his whole thing about how they screwed over Damon? I don't understand. That makes no sense. They offered him the best contract that he got the whole offseason before he won the
They offered him $14 million. He turned it down. It's all on Boris. And the only reason why they didn't take Damon is because Cashman has a beef with Boris.
Yeah, he does. He definitely. It's clear that he does.
He wanted to get back at him, and this was the chance. Because if you think about it, if it wasn't for A-Rod going straight to Yankees to talk about everything, he wouldn't be in a uniform right now.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it just bothers me because I don't understand how a writer could say that a team screwed over a player when they gave the player the best deal that he even got offered. Before Damon even went on the open market to get other deals, they gave him what he was worth. And Lupica writes a whole article how they screwed him over, which I just don't get. So.
The point is, honestly, if A-Rod could have done that to Yankees and literally spoke to Cashman on his own, Damon could have done the same thing if he really wanted to. And I don't care what anyone says. A lot of people debated about this, but I think it's a total slap in the face if your agent turns around and says, well, I got to worry about signing Matt Holliday first, then I'll get to you.
Yeah, I agree.
No, you're my agent. You got to work for me, too.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I'm as a Met fan who's bitter right now. I obviously would love to find things to fault the Yankees with, even though I'm not a typical Yankee hater as a Met fan. But I mean, they look really solid.
Oh shit! You're not a typical Yankee hater.
Get the fuck out of here.
Are you kidding me?
You're ridiculous if you're going to call me a Yankee hater.
All right, I won't call you. All right, fine. Maybe it's not to that extent.
Literally, as they were catching the final out of the World Series, I texted you saying congratulations.
You did. Okay, I take it back. You did. You did. But every time they sign someone, I always have a little response about what was wrong with that person. But you're not the typical Yankee hater. I think as a Met fan, those guys are usually a lot worse. So,
I mean, I think they're going to be really good. I really do. I mean,
yeah, just give them a chance. A lot of people canceled the season ticket packages, which I understand, but it's not as bad as it's really the media that's just making it sound like they make it seem like they're worse than the Nationals. And they're really not.
Well, they actually said they came out flat and said that.
Yeah,
Sports Illustrated.
The Nationals would finish better than them.
You know what? I think, just one thing, though. You got to give the Nationals a little credit, though. They're actually doing something this offseason. I mean, not saying they're going to be competitive or 500, but they're actually, they're acquiring people. They're not just trading everybody off.
They said that, I think I heard they're close to signing them, too. So if he comes back, you got a potential ace on Washington.
Oh, Wong, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good move. That's the move that you were talking about. That why don't one of these low market teams sign a guy like Sheets or Wong? It's literally no risk. Because if Wong shits the bed and the Nationals win 70 games, it really makes no difference. It's probably one of the low risk moves ever.
Yeah, like they say, a 1-year deal is never a bad deal.
Exactly. So,
all right, Mr. Mojica.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate the call. And
thank
you for listening.
Guys. Keep going, man. You guys are doing great.
Thank you.
Too.
Every Wednesday night we're here.
And thanks for all your input with the Frank and Joe stuff. I every time you text me, I say it right away because you're pretty funny with that.
Absolutely.
So.
We need to.
You got to come down here one night, man.
Glad I can help out.
One night you got to come down here. We'll do a show.
Yeah, guest host. Well, we're always willing to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, maybe in the summer when there's not 6 feet of snow on the ground and it's easier to drive.
Yeah, and it's not snowing horizontally.
Yeah.